Hello, class. It's me, Miss CBT. Some of you may remember me from a couple of semesters ago. Well, I'm back to introduce my favorite teaching sidekick. Here he is now.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Peabody. Thank you all for coming. Now sit back, relax, and let the learning begin.
Here is what is on our agenda today, folks. We will do a brief overview of the Peabody Developmental Motor Scales Assessment, aka the PDMS2. We will discuss the purpose, how to perform it, the population it is designed for, scoring and interpreting your results, evidence and reliability, strengths and weaknesses. Also, you can look forward to meeting my two good friends, Julia and Nora. Julia is an OT student playing the role of the administrator, and Nora is a cute young child being assessed.
The PDMS2 is the first nationally standardized assessment to provide separate gross and fine motor scores. It measures interrelated motor abilities that develop early in life and distinguishes deficits and evaluates progress. It also establishes motor development compared to peer norms. And listen up here, folks. It also includes a motor development program based on the child's scores. However, we will not be covering this portion today. The population for the PDMS2 is ages 0 through 6. It is mostly used in outpatient and school-based settings, but can be used in all pediatric settings. Kids are so cute. It must be administered exactly, I repeat, exactly as specified in the booklet. I talked to my pal Julia about this, and she mentioned she had a tough time sticking to the script. The PDMS2 is composed of 6 subtests. The first being reflexes, the second, stationary, 3, locomotion, 4, object manipulation, 5, grasping, and 6, visual motor integration. Composite 1 is the gross motor quotient. This contains reflexes, administered birth to 11 months only, stationary, administered to all ages, locomotion, also administered to all ages, and object manipulations, administered only to children 12 months and older. Let's take a quick look at Julia and Nora completing an item from the locomotion subtest.
You jump across the line like I did. 1, 2, 3, good job.
Composite 2 is the fine motor quotient. This contains grasping, administered to all ages, visual motor integration, also administered to all ages, and composite 3. This is a total motor quotient. This is a combination of the gross and fine motor quotients and is the best estimate of overall motor abilities. Wow, is this OT goodness or what?
Now let's look at Nora working her brain to finish a visual motor item, building steps. Can she do it?
Build steps like I did. Good job. Build one like mine. Perfect.
Are you still with me? We have broken up how to begin in 4 easy steps. Hopefully, this is slightly clearer than mud. Ha ha ha. Step 1. The child's age dictates the item in which testing should begin. In other words, you do not go through all the items listed in the subtest. You calculate the age in months and start at that section. Step 2. If the child is less than 1 year old, you can start at the reflexes subtest. If they are older, skip the reflexes and start at the stationary subtest. Step 3. Mark the child's age in each subtest before you begin. This will help you stay on track and save time during the time you administer the test. Step 4. Use test booklet to administer the test and say exactly what the booklet tells you to say. Go through all the subtests in order and do not skip around. Scoring criteria. The PDMS2 uses scoring 0 through 2. 2 equals this activity was performed according to the criteria for mastery. 1. This activity was performed in a way that shows clear resemblance to the item's mastery but does not fully meet criteria. 0 would be if the child cannot or will not attempt the item, or attempts and does not show the skill is emerging. Entry points. This is marked on each subtest in the test booklet and tells the examiner where to begin based off the child's age. Basal level. This is established when the child scores, say, a 2 on 3 items in a row. The last 3 2s before a 1 is received or a 0 is received equals the basal level. Ceiling level. This is established when the child scores a 0 on 3 items in a row after the basal level. Oof, I sure hope y'all understood that. Anything to do with math is not my cup of pea soup.
Strengths for the Peabody assessment include an in-depth look at motor development. It considers both fine and gross motor. The test kit includes a motor activity program, and it's evidence-based. Weaknesses include it being very expensive. It's time-consuming. It is also difficult to read prompts, perform item examples, and score all at the same time, and the kit only provides about half of what you need. Let's take a closer look at what comes in the assessment. Well, folks, most say the proof is in the pudding, so here it is: the evidence, the reliability, and the validity. The evidence. The PDMS2 was normed on 2003 children residing in 46 U.S. states and 1 Canadian province. In general, the characteristics of the normative sample match the information provided by the U.S. Bureau of the Census in 1997 for children under 5 years old with regard to geographic region, gender, race, rural and urban residents, ethnicity, family, income, parent education, and disability. This study examined the test-retest reliability, inter-rater reliability, convergent validity, and discriminative validity of the fine motor scales of the Peabody Developmental Motor Scales 2nd edition. The reliability. The reliability of the test was examined in studies of internal consistency, stability, reliability, and interscore differences. The internal consistency reliability coefficient for the PDMS2 subtest exceeded 0.90, in most instances ranging from 0.89 to 0.96. Internal consistency reliability coefficients of all PDMS2 quotients exceeded 0.90. Test-retest reliability coefficients were also found to be greater than 0.90 for most PDMS2 scores, and coefficients depicting interscore differences met or exceeded 0.96 for all subtests and composites. The validity. Content validity of the PDMS2 was demonstrated by showing that the abilities measured by the PDMS2 subtests are consistent with current knowledge regarding motor skill development. Construct validation was examined by showing that performance on the PDMS2 reflects developing abilities and that the PDMS2 differentiates between individuals known to be average and those expected to be low average or below average in motor abilities. Finally, differential item functioning analysis procedures were used to provide evidence that the PDMS2 is unbiased with respect to race, ethnicity, and gender.
I bid you farewell, my lovely friends. I have got to get going. I am meeting Mrs. CBT at the Amazing Donut Land, ADLs for short, for cider and pumpkin donuts. I just love fall. Catch you on the flip side. I am sure we will meet again.